You go to ndi.tv/tools. So to explain NDI, NDI is a really interesting newly developed technology that will basically give you a virtual cable for both audio and video that you could run from program to program or even from computer to computer, as long as they are on the same network. So if you've got two computers that are both plugged into Ethernet on the same network, then you can broadcast things instantly from computer to computer, which is pretty cool. You scroll all the way down to the very, very, very bottom. See right here, it's just some explanation of what each of the things that come with it are and stuff that you can do with them. But if you scroll all the way down to the very bottom, you'll see this NDI Tools for Windows and NDI Tools for Mac. So you go ahead and you download those. And what'll happen is if you click download, you'll have to go through this little section here where you'll have to put in your name, fill out all your information, and this important thing, you have to check this box that says opt in for communication. This allows them to send you an email. Then once you hit submit, they will send you an email with a link to download the tools. And then all you have to do is download and install them. Keep in mind that a good rule of thumb whenever you are downloading new software or plugins for any program you have, it is a good idea to restart, completely shut down that program and reboot it in case you have any problems finding the plugins or the new options. It's also not a bad idea to just restart your computer if you're still having trouble. All right, so now that you've downloaded and installed the NDI tools, in order to get NDI to talk to OBS, there's just one more little plugin you need to download for OBS. I'll pop this link right here in the chat, but this OBS NDI Plug-In. So what you need to do is go down, you click on this link, and then right here under Assets, you see all these little cubes. All right, so if you have a Mac, you download the one that says Mac OS .package. If you have Windows, you download the Windows installer.exe. All right, and now we're going to scroll down a little bit to the bottom, and you see this section that says Install Instructions with a separate section for Windows and a separate section for Mac. And then you'll see this link down here that says Runtime on both the Windows and Mac OS section. This is the plugin you need to make OBS speak to other programs like Zoom or Restream or StreamYard through NDI. All right, so now this part is the same on PC and Mac. In OBS, once all those downloads are set up, the first thing you do is reopen OBS, go up to Tools, and then you'll see NDI Output Settings. If you don't see it, then you must not have installed the tools, NDI Tools, or that NDI Runtime link, the second thing I told you to download on that last video. Once you select that, you'll see this pop up, and all you need to do is check this box next to main output. And then you would say, make this an easy thing to remember, OBS out, and then check OK. So once that is on, then we're going to open up the NDI tools to show you how to route from program to program. If you are on a Mac, you're going to be looking for this program, this NDI Virtual Input. Once this is open, and actually before we get into that, a little trick. Once it's open, you'll need to probably search for it in your applications, but once you open up NDI Virtual Input, you can right click on it on your Mac, go to Options, check Keep in Dock, and check Open at Login. That will keep you from needing to, every time you live stream, to reopen this application and then reset up the NDI source. So now that we've got this here, once it's open up, you'll see up here in the top right corner of the screen, you'll see this little NDI symbol. If you click on it, this is where you select your NDI source. So think of this program, this virtual input, as like a switchboard. It's just routing. So when you're using NDI, this NDI virtual input tells you, this is how you tell it where to switchboard. This is how you make the connection from one thing to the other. So up here in NDI Virtual Input on my Mac, I have my Mac Pro, basically my MacBook selected as my NDI output. So if I'm on my Mac and I'm trying to go from OBS to Zoom, this is the one I need selected. If I have stuff that's on my PC that I'm trying to get into Zoom on my Mac, I would select my PC instead. For example, my PC OBS out. So then once that's selected, then in Zoom now, you can open up and select NDI audio as your microphone right here. And you can select NDI video as your camera in Zoom. And this will work the same way on Restream Studio or StreamYard. That's how you get everything from OBS, camera and video, into other programs. And now I'm going to show you how to do the same on a PC because it's a little bit different. All right, so things are a little bit different on the PC just because, you know, they have to make things complicated for people. So if you go down, once you have all those downloads squared away, if you go into your Start menu and you look for the NDI Tools folder, see, here's the NDI 4 runtime we ran, but we're looking right now for the NDI Tools. We open that up. It's this, on PC, it's called Webcam Input. On the Mac, it was NDI Virtual Input, but for some reason they name it something else on a PC. So it's this Webcam Input. But once you open that up, you're going to see it all the way down here in the bottom right corner on your system tray. It might be in this little hidden arrow. You'll see this NDI Virtual Input. See, once you open it up, it's got the same name as it does on the PC. But once you right-click on that, it's the same thing as you get in on the Mac, where you select the device. So you could have NDI in your phone, you could have NDI on 2 different computers, but for most of you, you'll just be using it from to route program to program on the same computer. So since this is my PC, this is the computer I'm on, I would pick that, and I would pick the OBS out that we selected on OBS. So now that I've got that opened up, see, it's a little bit different here. So when I select NDI on my PC, it's called line NewTek NDI audio, and my video is called NewTek NDI video. All right, so you can use that same method to connect anything in OBS to any other program that you can connect an microphone and video source, whether it's Restream Studio, StreamYard, or Zoom. And also right below in the description, I will have a download for some simplified instructions and all of those clickable links right in there just to make it easy so you don't have to navigate the websites yourself.